Weeks of activity in Yellowstone National Park. Steamboat Geyser, the world's tallest, is approaching a record number of eruptions this year. And last month, Ear Spring, dormant since 1957, erupted with some surprising results.
Yellowstone National Park says there is some new thermal activity near Old Faithful. The Yellowstone Volcano Observatory reports a rare eruption of Ear Spring on Geyser Hill. Now, that's just across the Firehole River and within sight of Old Faithful. Water shot 20 to 30 feet out of the spring and spat out rocks, old coins, cans, and other debris people had thrown into the spring over the years. A small area around the spring is rising and falling about 6 inches every 10 minutes. Nearby, a new small geyser, or spouter, has erupted directly under the boardwalk. A small hydrothermal explosion could happen at any time. That would throw hot water and rocks for several hundred feet.
Scientists are warning that a supervolcano under Yellowstone National Park could erupt and plunge the Earth into a volcanic winter, leading to the end of human civilization. But NASA researchers are proposing a radical solution.
Yellowstone National Park attracts millions of visitors each year to see its geysers spew water hundreds of feet into the air. But the source of that heat is a supervolcano fed by a massive magma reservoir. If it erupts, it could spell disaster for humanity. An eruption would shoot more than 1,000 cubic kilometers of rock and ash into the air, blanketing the skies of the United States and creating a volcanic winter over the planet. NASA researchers have proposed a solution: drill 10 kilometers deep into the supervolcano and pump water down under high pressure. This would slowly lower the temperature day by day, thereby avoiding an eruption. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking to find a way to prevent an eruption that could make this Hollywood production become reality.
Questions come into 10 News, at least they have recently, about mysterious booms heard across East Tennessee. We get these from here and there, and then we've seen a series of them lately. Yesterday, we looked into those loud booms reported in Maryville Monday night, and now viewers say they're hearing similar things in other places, including Lenoir City and Dandridge, and lots of people have theories.
Maryville police said they couldn't find the source of the booms. We talked with a geologist at UT Tuesday who ruled out some of the more obvious theories.
A boom like that is not likely an earthquake.
He also said no to the idea of a sonic boom. Calls into the National Guard, National Weather Service, Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, and the closest quarry to Maryville didn't lead to answers either.
A few experts suggested underground cave collapses could cause some of the rumbling, but that doesn't fit with reports of those loud booms.
Well, tonight, people in Maryville calling and emailing us about hearing a loud boom.
A lot of people, the USGS saying at first it was a 2.1 magnitude earthquake, although a few hours later they changed their report to a 1.9 magnitude Quarry Blast.
I heard a rumble start.
And I heard this roar.
The sound heard all over Maryville.
I could just feel like my body shaking.
And then the shaking.
I could feel like the whole classroom and myself shaking.
From Mariah White's drawing class at Maryville High School to homes in West Maryville.
It was just more like, almost like something might have hit the house and just jolted it a little bit.
Many were left asking, what happened?
And again, the USGS reporting that Quarry Blast caused that loud boom late today. Earlier, though, the city of Maryville posting the sound was not related to a quarry. In fact, the owner of Vulcan Materials calling us tonight, letting us know, telling us the company did not have a blast there today.
We began tonight in Gatesville, where after a day-long investigation, authorities are unable to determine what caused a loud boom.
Reports started flooding in just after 9:30 this morning, leaving many people shaken up and asking questions.
I didn't see anything, but it was a big boom.
Gatesville residents say today they felt another huge boom in the area that has them on edge.
Yes, I looked in the sky, I looked down the street, and I just, looked around and see if I could see any smoke anywhere, but nothing, just the loud sound.
People say it shook houses and windows.
It's pretty much just shakes the whole house and shakes the picture frames. Nothing like fell or anything, but it was still enough to freak you out a little bit.
Even shocking area authorities.
It shook probably everything in Gatesville. I've had people say it shook their TV, their kids' TVs off the shelf. It shook here at the fire station pretty good.
Gatesville Fire Chief Billy Vaden investigated alongside the Coryell County Sheriff's Office and the Gatesville Police Department. They searched the town and reached out to Fort Hood and SpaceX. Still, the source of the boom is unclear, leaving everyone in the town scratching their heads.
I don't know what it was and still don't know what it was.
I don't know. I just don't know. It's a mysterious. It's one of the louder ones I've heard in a long time.
This is a phenomenon I was talking about. It's called a fall streak hole. You may know as a punch hole or a cloud punch hole. What happens is the water in the ice crystals either evaporate or sublimate in this one little area, and they sink, and that takes away the cloud cover. You can see how it becomes very streaky, like rain coming out of a bigger cloud, but that takes away the thickness of the altocumulus clouds, and it's either in a hole shape or an elliptical shape. It's pretty cool. That's pretty unusual for us to get it, but it's out there.
Look at the sky. Look at the sky. Why is it purple like that? Yo, that's crazy. I thought it was my tent for a minute, but then look at this shit. This shit is purple. Let me put my phone out the window so y'all might think I'm tripping. Hold on, shit. That's out the window. Like that. What is that? I don't know. Dude, the sun's not over there, is it?
Another round of mysterious blasts have people in Bucks County scratching their heads. The latest happened on Brick Tavern Road in Milford Township yesterday afternoon.
A late-night loud noise that will not let up is plaguing a part of Pennsylvania. No one seems to know the source of the mysterious booms. Top investigators are now helping to unravel the mystery in Springfield Township, Hedgehog Township, Milford Township, and Quakertown.
Hundreds of people say that they have heard and been shaken by this explosion-like sound that rocked them out of their beds in the middle of the night. And without a clue of what is going on, local police have gone to state, and state police have now gone to federal investigators. Here in Upper Bucks County, something has been going bump in the night.
I thought maybe somebody was making a tunnel or space junk fell out of the sky.
From poachers, gunfire to explosions to sonic booms.
There has been no shortage of theories, but still no answer as to why so many residents have been jolted by a mysterious and near deafening boom sound.
It's a rumble. It actually rumbles the ground like an earthquake would happen, but with a loud
Everybody is worried because nobody knows what it is.
In Upper Bucks County, you'd more likely hear birds chirping or dogs barking than what's been waking people up here over the past couple weeks.
It's just like a boom. I mean, that's just how it sounds.
Donna Weaver heard it several times. What's being described as a loud, window-rattling, wall-shaking explosions being heard between 2 and 6 in the morning. It's become the talk of the neighborhood.
I don't know, and it's kind of scary because I started thinking, well, maybe it's underground somewhere. Something is happening underground somewhere.
Reports span miles from Quakertown and Coopersburg to Spinnerstown.
The ground is actually almost shaking. The buildings are shaking. Ceiling tiles are moving. Windows rattling.
Chief Richard Fico describing calls to his and other area departments over the last 45 nights or so.
Definitely disconcerting. I would say it's probably unnerving to some people.
The sounds come overnight, midnight to 5. Some witnesses describe a kind of thud like vehicles slamming together. Others reminded of underground blasting. In Richland Township, the chief says 2 of his officers heard the sound, one first seeing a flash.
Where there was a flash of light maybe several seconds before he actually heard the sound. And then the other officer who was further away heard the sound later than he did. And they both thought it was coming from different directions.
Still more questions than answers as to what caused a fiery hole to form in Baxter County. County officials have ruled out meteorites and lightning strikes as the cause of this hole, and flames shot out of the ground. State geologists are also looking for an answer to this. A lot of people involved. County leaders also say they used a camera to find the end of the hole, and they found it. Guess what they found? A creek. Now they're awaiting results of soil samples while they endure the theories about just what exactly this may be.
Vancouver resident Kevin Beach sent us this photo. He says a large group of birds fell into the pavement last Friday. Officials are now looking into the incident, calling it a rare mortality event.
Wildlife officials in BC are trying to figure out why dozens of birds literally dropped from the sky dead. Witnesses say they'd never seen anything like it. People are sharing their theories about what happened.
I could describe it as kind of like an Alfred Hitchcock weird, literally.
It's hard to believe what happened, except for hints on the ground. It was last Friday at dusk.
All of a sudden we seen birds doing like loop-de-loops and all sorts of, flying around, and literally just turned around and went right into the ground.
Kevin Beach and his pal Sean Phillips were driving when the flock of birds fell out of the sky and hit the pavement. The pair pulled over to investigate.
The birds were twitching and they were in blood spots, like little pools of blood here and there. Like they hit the ground hard. They were dead. So, there was no survivors. They basically all just right into the ground.
Some of the casualties can still be found at a pullout along the busy causeway from the Tsawwassen Ferry Terminal. The Canadian Wildlife Service confirmed something did happen here. Biologists refer to it as a mortality event.